Gunfreak Nation, it's the president, TElectrik, right back at it again with fresh new content. In one of my lives, I talked about why I don't think you need a suppressor. Okay? And a lot of people chimed in and asked a lot of questions, so I thought I would just do a whole video dedicated to that topic. And, I just want to, I want to talk about, I never owned a suppressor, but I know a ton of people that do own it. You know what I'm saying? I know lots of people that own it, and I got their perspective, and my perspective is different. Let me just say this. I really can't give you a pro to having a suppressor. And this is no knock or dig against anybody that own one. Like I say, I don't personally own one and don't plan on doing it. But I've had plenty of people over the years say, T, you need to get you a suppressor, man. Get you a suppressor. And the number one selling point of getting one is for home defense, for a home invasion. In case, say you got a home invasion, you don't want to blow your eardrums out. So that's why you get the suppressor, so it is hearing safe. Okay, that's their number one selling point. That you need a suppressor in case you hear a bump in the night, you won't be blowing your eardrums off. If you have to shoot your gun, your ears will be safe. So I've talked to many of people that own suppressors, and they told me I would always ask them what's the pros and what's the cons. They really couldn't give me a good answer when it came to the pros. Only that it's supposed to make the gun a little bit more quieter, or quiet, if that's a word, quieter, whatever. But they said, a lot of them said that the cons to owning one, it makes the gun super, super, super dirty. One person told me that it makes their gun dirty and that it's not as accurate when they put the suppressor on there. The gun, when they aim it at the target, it's not as accurate. And then number two, them motherfuckers they're not cheap. $800 to well over $1,000. And you just can't simply go into a gun shop and buy one and walk out with that motherfucker. You're gonna be on a waiting list for months. Sometimes over a year. So the number one selling point, the reason why I never got a suppressor is before I hand over $800, I'm looking at a gun around that same price range, and I'm like, shit, I'd rather have the gun than this fucking suppressor. Number two, if I'm paying that much goddamn money, I want to walk out with my shit on day one. Alright? Just like I can go get a gun and potentially walk out the same day with the gun if I don't get a delay. So, with those, you gotta, I guess tax stamps and all that shit, the whole, process of the waiting period, and then the price of it. And, but I want to talk about for home defense. This is how we got on the topic. A lot of people say, hey, get you a suppressor. That way you don't blow your eardrums out. Well, my response to that is, okay, you got your AR or whatever gun that you're using, and you got your suppressor on there, and you're not going to blow your eardrums out if you have to fire it. Well, 9 out of 10, if your home is being invaded, if it's a home invasion happening by some savages, 9 out of 10, or I'm gonna just say 10 out of 10, their guns And trust me, they will be armed, and they will have AR-15s and AK-47s. At least here in Detroit, these savages are coming in heavily armed. What are the odds that their guns are going to have suppressors on them as well? What are the odds? I mean, it's possible they can break in somebody's house, and their gun happen to have a suppressor on it, you know. But what are the odds of that? 9 out of 10, they're not going to have any suppressors on their guns. So your eardrums is fucked regardless. Matter of fact, you only doing a favor to that fucking savage, because you'll be saving his ears. All right. So my thing is, in a situation where it's a home invasion happening, 9 out of 10, the savage's guns is not going to be, not going to be having suppressors attached to them. So your eardrums is pretty much fucked regardless. Okay? Your eardrums is going to be fucked. So it's just going to be a loud ass shootout. Alright? So, what I recommended is that, number one, get you some ear probes. Electronic ear probes. Don't get no regular, don't get regular ear protection earmuffs. You need electronics, because the regular earmuffs, they just noise canceling, right? They noise canceling. You're not gonna be able to hear shit. All right. So I recommend that you get the electronic ear probes, because number one, you can keep them on your bed, on your nightstand, on the side of your bed, or wherever your gun is, wherever your firearm is. If you hear somebody in your house, or your door getting kicked in, or your window getting, smashed out, forgive me for the allergies, y'all. But keep this by your firearm and throw them on. In my situation, why I say get electronic ear probes like this, because they amplify. They don't get, like I said, don't get regular ones that's just noise canceling, because you ain't gonna hear shit. You want to get the electronic ones, because these motherfuckers right here, these electronic ones right here, once you put them on and you turn them on, you can hear a mouse taking a piss on some cotton. That's how much they amplify the sound, and that you can hear. You can hear a fucking mouse taking a piss on some cotton. That's how good these ear probes, the electronic ear probes, are. Okay, so you can hear everything. So not only do the advantage from having the ear probes is they're a lot more fucking cheaper than a damn suppressor. You don't have to wait 8 fucking months or to a year to get these. And if you do have a suppressor, you still gonna get your eardrums blown out by the savage's gun, right? So what I love about them is you can get these. The price varies. They're easy to find. Any gun shop that's in your local neighborhood will have electronic ear probes. Okay, and the pro stand for protection, ear protection, electronic ear probe. And what I like about it, it amplifies the sound. It amplifies. You can hear it. I can put these on right now, and I can hear what's going on downstairs. Even in my basement, it picks up the sound. Okay, but what make these so cool is that as soon as something go bang or boom, it automatically mutes it, so it protects your ear. But anything under anything under the noise of a boom or a bang, like decibels or whatever, it picks it up, it amplifies it. You can hear real good. So my thing is, these ear probes, electronic ear probes, give you a hell of an advantage over a suppressor, because number one, you don't have to worry about whether the savage got of course you're gonna be concerned because you got an intruder in your home, but you don't have to be concerned about his gun blowing out your ear. Him shooting his gun blowing out your eardrums. You know what I'm saying? Whether he got one or not, this is going to enhance you tactically because you can hear what's going on. It amplifies noise that's in your area, and like it's just, this is just amazing right here. Like this particular brand right here, I think I only paid like $40 for these at Walmart. And I've had these for about almost 3 years now. They are solid. They're solid. When I tell you that these work flawlessly and perfect, like it picks up the sound that it picks up is amazing. But as soon, like when I take them to the range, you can hear people talking. You can hear what's going on the other side of the range. You can hear people's conversations. It just picks it up. But as soon as somebody fires their gun or I shoot mine, it mutes it. That's what makes it dope. These right here are called Champion. They're called Champion. Let me give you a close-up look. I don't know if y'all can see that, but they're electronic. And as you can see, in my situation, some people might be like, well, it takes batteries, and what if your batteries, run out, and you gotta, it's on you to make sure that your batteries are good. In my case right here, like if you take the panel off right here, I went and bought me some rechargeable batteries. So every month or so, I'll just take these out and replace them, and I'll charge them. I'll charge these for maybe like about an hour. They sit on the charger for about an hour. These are Energizer. These are Energizer rechargeable batteries. So I'll take them out, charge them for about an hour and a half, maybe no longer than that, and put them back in there every month. So that's what I would recommend. Get y'all some rechargeable batteries, and that way you ain't got to worry about having to buy new batteries. You know what I'm saying? So I have rechargeable batteries. This brand right here, it's a little bit more. They cost a little bit more. Maybe this one might have been about $50 or maybe $60, but they're higher. More. The quality is a lot better. And if you can see right here, these are called walkers, made by a company called Razer. And I'm not being paid or promoted. They not paying me to promote their stuff. I'm just telling you my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? They work real for me. These cost a little bit more than the Champions, but they still pretty much do the same thing. The quality of being able to hear, it amplifies noises around you, and when something over a certain decibel, like a gun being shot, it mutes it to protect your ears. And how they work, you see these right here? These are like sensors right here, and that's what picks up the noises and amplifies it, right? And then right here, if you look at this knob right here, you turn it on, and you can control. Like when you turn it all the way up, it amplifies it. You can hear it louder and clear. You know what I'm saying? You can adjust it. You can turn it down if you don't want to pick up everything, and then you can turn it off. But you turn it on, and the highest setting is, if I got it on the highest one, I can hear what's going on downstairs right now, even in the basement. Yes. So that's how they work. That's what make these, you got to separate the electronic from the regular ones. You want electronic ear pros. Same thing with this one. As you can see, these are the sensors right here that picks up the sound. Right here. These two things. And then right here, these are the volume thing. You know, the amplification. Like how loud you want it, you know, to pick up the noises that's around you. So, you know, you got some funky ass savages that's breaking in, you hear it, and you might have to, you know, bang it out with them. It's just as simple as throwing them on, turn them on, throw them on, and get your firearm, and you can hear everything from footsteps to, you know, the location where they probably at in your house, and you know, and send they stinking ass to Funky Town. It's just simple. So you got this right here. You don't have to worry about you know, your ears. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about your eardrums being blown out. And if you got family members, get them a pair too, or just, you know, cover up your ears. You know, you're the one that's going. You are the one that's going to be doing the main, you know, putting up the main resistance. I mean, if you have a wife or a girlfriend or a family member that's able to help you, get them some ear pros too, and just train with them. You know what I'm saying? Train with them. But silent suppressors, they're not that quiet. And the biggest, you know, selling point that everybody always say, you know, when I'm at the gun shop, somebody be like, T, you need to get that suppressor because, you know, in the event of a home invasion, you don't want to blow your eardrums out. Well, guess what? This more than likely that Savage's gun is not going to have a suppressor on it, so your eardrums, sir, are going to get blown out regardless. So this eradicates that. Once you put them on, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? Because your ears is going to be protected, and it amplifies the sound so you can hear what's going on around you in that situation, in that environment. You're going to be able to hear it. Amplifies the sound. So for those who are, you know, thinking about that, you know, what's best for me in a home defense setup, I highly recommend getting you some electronic ear pros to protect your ears in the event you have to engage a funky ass, stinking ass savage that's coming into your home, trying to put a home invasion on you. That way you don't have to pay, you know, ridiculous amounts of money for a suppressor. You don't have to be on no 1 year long or more rating list, you know, tax stamps or whatever. You got to go through a process of getting it, and they're expensive as hell. And in my opinion, I mean, I'm not, like I said, if you own it, hey, leave a comment why you think, you know, a person should have it. Me, personally, I don't think they're necessary. I don't really think that they're, you know, it's just my personal opinion. I'm not knocking it. I mean, I think it's still a cool factor that you got one. But when it comes to, you know, oh, it's going to protect your ears in a home invasion, you know, in the case of a home invasion, no. You're going to be fucked regardless because that savage is more than likely not going to have suppressors. What's the likelihood of that? They break it in with suppressors on their guns. Nah. You know, unless you got some professional hitman that's after you, then that's a whole nother story. You know. But anyway, Gunfreak Nation, that's just my thought. Y'all leave y'all opinion, you know, in the comments, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that membership button. Become a member of Gunfreak Nation, of the channel. So I love y'all, Gunfreak Nation. Those are just my 2 cents on why I would choose this over a suppressor. Love y'all, Gunfreak Nation. Salute. Oh, one more thing. Y'all stay armed. Y'all stay righteous. Stay responsible with your firearms. And at all times, be ready to send a stinking ass savage to Funky Town. Salute.